Welcome to General Structures 2 and Lateral Forces, Lesson 5, Example number 4. And it says, if the building examples 2 and 3 is 50 foot by 50 feet in plan and 1 story high, what is the total wind load resisted by the roof diaphragm? Okay, so we're going to have to keep these numbers. Let me get a purple, I guess. We'll have to keep these numbers right here. But I'm going to erase everything else. So let's reproduce it over here. Alright, getting rid of everything except this over here. I'm going to reproduce. Actually, I don't need to reproduce it. We'll just keep it right there and we'll work over here. Let's use a light blue this time. Alright, so once again, they say we have a building that in plan is 50 foot by 50 foot. So I take that as I'm looking at it in a plan view, and it's 50 foot by 50 foot. Alright, it's still 1 story, so it's still 15 feet high. And it's asking us, what is the total wind load resisted by the roof diaphragm? So if you remember, here is our building again. Put the pretty door on there. And then we had our windward and our leeward forces. And we're looking at this roof diaphragm, which is right here. And how much is resisted by that? And when we're looking at that, we don't need to look at it's the roof diaphragm. When you're ever talking about diaphragm, it's more of a shear type of force. And if you were going to put the roof force on, that would more be of a bending type force you could think of. But that's not going to be the case. So we're just going to look at the windward and the leeward. And we're going to add those together. So if you're looking at it like this, then that's what this view is right here. So in essence, you're seeing something like so on this side and then on this side. And how much will this diaphragm here resist? And that's showing it from the plan view. Alright, I think you get what I'm saying, so I am going to continue on. Alright, what we have is what? We want to add these two together. We want to add these two together. And then multiply it by 50 foot times 50 foot. 50 foot times 15 foot. 50 foot times 15 foot. If that makes sense. So let's say that, let's call it force 1 and force 2 is what we're looking for. What is the total wind load resisted? So total wind load, force 1, and total wind load, force 2. So this is going to be 1, and that's going to be 2. So example number 2 and example number 3. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying. Let's just go ahead and solve. That's not 7.5, it's 7.2 PSF, and I got that from right here. And then plus 4.5 PSF, and I got that from right here. So we're adding those two winds together because we're multiplying by the same area. And then we're going to say 15 foot tall, and it's 50 foot wide. And that should give us our answer. In the same way, we're going to do 12.3 PSF and 7.7 PSF times 15 foot times 50 foot. And once again, this is 15 foot, and this is your 50 foot. So going into the wall is 50 foot, and it's 15 foot tall. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the math. .2 plus 4.5 times 15 times 50. You get 8,775 pounds. then 17.3 plus 7.7 times 15 times 50 equals, I messed that up, that's 12.3, not 17.3. Poor handwriting. 12.3 plus 7.7 equals 20 times 15 times 50 equals 1,500. Alright, let's back up. Alright, 1,500. 15,000, not 1,500. Alright, so how can we look at this? Actually, what's going to happen is you're only going to be taking half of that to the wall. So really, you should make this 15 divided by 2 and 15 divided by 2, because half of that will go to the top wall. Actually, you can just do that. Make a reaction there, and half of it will go to the floor. So it's that, and it's actually going to be this divided by 2, and this divided by 2, which is 7,500 LBS, and this one would be 40, I'm not that good at math, 4,387.5. What did I say? 4,387.5 pounds, or 388, let's say. That looks gross. Let's go back. Let's say 88 pounds. And those are your answers. And remember, we divided that by 2 because half of it's going up here, so you'd actually just be looking at this right here. And you'd be looking at the full 50 foot. The full 50 foot, but only half of it. Because the bottom half is going to be going to the floor, and the floor is acting as a diaphragm as well. So those are your two answers, and let's see if make sure that those are the answers that they were asking for. It says, if a building, what is the total wind load resisted by the roof diaphragm? And this would be for example 2, and this is example 3. Alright, there's your answers. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you on example number 5.